Welcome. It is so great to see you all. I'm glad to be flowing with you today. If I'm new, you and I are just introducing ourselves to each other today. My name is Amy with Aspire Zen. I am a yoga teacher as well as a nutrition and health coach. And this is Hatha Vinyasa flow. So we're going to be doing we're actually going to focus on our spine and our side body today, but you will get an overall body stretch, a little bit of flow, a little bit of breathing, and just hopefully come away from this 60-minute session feeling a little bit more loose, a little more open and stretched out and calm and grounded. So what we're going to start in today, we're going to be sitting for a few minutes at the beginning. And so if sitting is uncomfortable for you cross-legged, you're welcome to sit any other way that is comfortable. You could also sit in a chair for the first 3 minutes of class. You could also sit on a cushion if that makes things more comfortable. You just want to be able to sit cross-legged or seated in a chair, something that allows you to have a nice elongation of your spine and a grounding of your sit bones into the earth or the chair. I'm coming up to the camera because sometimes we're going to start with a little bit of pranayama and breath work, and you're going to pick a mudra. Now, mudra is really just a hand position that helps bring our body into focus as we are bringing our mind and our breath into focus. And so you're going to pick today. We're going to use into the hand. So seeing your big hand, my big hand in your face here. What you see often is this one, where the pointer finger and the thumb are grabbing on. This is Gyan mudra, and but you can also do different ones with the different fingers. So you can select which one you want based on what you feel like focusing on today. So the thumb represents the ego, which we don't want too much of, but we also need a little of. And it can connect into one of the other fingers to really enhance and create more intention into what you are focusing on. So pointer finger, Gyan mudra, this would be wisdom and knowledge. So if that's something you want to focus on today, that would be your thing. Middle finger and thumb is patience. So the easy way to remember that is when you are out of patience, that's when we do that showing people the bird thing. So that's middle finger. If you need a little patience in your life, choose that today. Ring finger is health and longevity. So if you're wanting to focus, conjure up more of that in your life, do the ring finger. And then finally, the pinky is communication. So if you're needing to have a talk with someone, just want to communicate closer to yourself, whatever, pinky is a good one. So pick your thing, knowledge and wisdom, patience, health and longevity, communication. Start there. And find your comfortable seat. Again, in a chair or cross-legged. Pick your mudra. For both hands, you're going to squeeze the fleshy part of the thumb and then that finger of your choosing. And then sit up nice and straight and tall as you ground down through your sit bones. Maybe you close your eyes. And then just take a moment to center in. Start to feel the weight of your body resting on the mat or the chair. Start to feel the gentle rise and fall of your breath. And now focusing in on your breath, start to deepen it, both your inhales and your exhales. Just notice, pay attention with intention. Bring air into your belly, fill it with air. And then your chest, expand your chest as you breathe in more air. And then maybe up to your collarbones, your sternum, feel them expand as they fill with air too. And do the same thing on your exhale, just as long, including your belly, your chest, and your sternum. And then just continue on your own, creating deeper inhales and exhales. Coming into this place of focus, of centering, bonding with you, spending time with you, getting into your body, and creating a little community time together. Let's do one more collective big breath together, coming back to each other. Nice big belly breath in. Inhale. Let's do an open mouth exhale, sigh it out. One more of those, inhale, belly breath. Open mouth, exhale. Gorgeous. Flutter your eyes open if they are closed. Your hands are probably on your knees. You can release your mudra and now bring your hands, palms facing down onto your knees. We're gonna start with a few Sufi grinds. So using your hands on your knees as leverage, we're just gonna do some circles from the base of your spine, from your hips, so making them big. So as you come around the back, press your belly in, round your spine, and then curve around to the side and come forward on the front part. And again, this might feel tight, especially if you have tight hips. I notice I do these every morning, and the first 2 or 3 when my hips are a little tight take a minute before I can go big. And you can choose how fast you want to go. We're just really warming up the base of your spine. We're going to work our way up the vertebrae to awaken everything. Beautiful job. And then when you come around to the front the next time, switch directions, come back the other way, same thing. Beautiful. And again, if you're opting to do this in a chair, it looks like the people who have cameras on are not, so you're good. If you are sitting in a chair, that's just fine. You might probably figured out you want to be forward in the chair for this, so you have space. And we'll come around one more time. And then find your way back to your center point. And then press down, ground down through your sit bones as you elongate through your spine. Inhale your arms up. And then exhale as you bend your elbows out wide. Rest your hands down on your shoulders with your fingers facing forward, your thumbs behind. Beautiful, looks great. And as you inhale, twist from your belly to the left. And then as you exhale, twist from your belly over to the right. So that's your inhale left, exhale right. Inhale left, exhale right. And now if you want to bring this into a speeded up, inhaling in and out through your nose, it makes a little sniffing. You can keep it this slow or you can speed it up. So it's inhale, sniff in, sniff out left. Sniff in left, sniff out right. Now I got it, and speed it up. So it looks like. Each twist, you're acting as your own chiropractor here as we move, just waking up your vertebrae. Little loosening of the spine to help you stretch and elongate. Beautiful job, everyone. Inhale, exhale, and come back to center. Great job. Drop your hands down, back to your knees, and then let's do a couple quick shoulder rolls to the back. Nice and exaggerated here. Bring them really up so they could touch your earlobes, and then send your shoulders back and down your spine. Roll them around. Beautiful. Let's come forward. Reverse directions. Make them just as big and exaggerated. Yes. Great. And then come back to stillness. We'll end with the neck, the top of the head. So if it's comfortable for you, you can go all the way around. We'll just do some neck rolls. You can either go all the way around, making sure as you come around to the back that you're looking up and over. Imagine you have like a tennis ball back there, so you're not dunking your head back down. That might be too harsh on your neck. And if your neck is sensitive or stiff, you might just want to go to the front. So going from earlobe down, tuck your chin in, over to the other earlobe. So you decide what feels good for you today. Allow yourself to pause and linger in any places that are a little extra tight this morning, want a little extra love and attention. You can pause. And if you're going all the way around, reverse directions. Beautiful. Come back to center. There we go. We've done a little spinal ringing out from tailbone to crown. We're going to do one last thing. We're going to stretch our sides. So inhale, arms up. Go nice and long through your vertebrae. Exhale, bend to the right. Let your right hand drop down to support you. Ground down through your sit bones as you rise up and over through your side body. Yes, beautiful. Just a little side stretch. Inhale, come back up to center. Raise both arms up. Exhale, other side. Drop it down to the left. Again, use your left hand as leverage. Square your shoulders off to really feel that opening through that side rib on the right. Gorgeous. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, bring them down. We're gonna go into tabletop now. So decide how you wanna get there. Uncross your legs. We've been sitting for a minute, so maybe you shake them out for a second, get the blood flow back in. And then we'll make our way to tabletop to all fours. You want your feet hips width apart. Align your knees underneath your hips, your wrists underneath your shoulders, and then spread your fingers out like a nice bright shining star. And from here, you're gonna extend your right foot out behind you. Let it stay down on the mat. Beautiful job. Walk your left hand, so right foot's out, nice and long, extend it long, feel that lengthening through your spine, and then gently walk your left hand in toward the center of your mat. And now press down evenly through the ball mound of your pointer finger and your thumb on your left hand. Press down with your left knee, the top of your left foot, and then start to twist your right foot. So the inner part of the right foot, the inner arch is facing the ground. Shine your heart and your hip out to the right and come into side plank. Yes, that looks great, Ram. And maybe your arm is up like so. Maybe it is on your hip. Maybe you twist your hand so your pinky goes away from your face, your palm face down, and you shoot your hand out in front beyond your crown. So you're creating one long energy line from your back right foot to your right fingertips. Get your abs in towards your spine to really help extend that balance through your core. Beautiful job. Inhale your arm up if it's out to the side. Exhale, come back down to all fours. Keep that right foot out behind you. Walk your left hand out so it's underneath your left shoulder once again. So now your hands are evenly underneath, your wrists are under your shoulders. Your right foot's still sticking out. Cinch your abs in towards your spine. And then inhale, bird dog. Lift your right foot, extend your left arm out. Flex through your right foot. Rotate the pinky toe of your right foot down toward the mat. Keep squeezing your abs in and extend your left arm out like you're about to shake somebody's hand, your thumb's in the sky. Beautiful job. One more. Inhale here, grow even longer. And exhale, come back down, all fours. You did it. Let's even out with a few cat-cows. Inhale to cow pose. Drop your belly down. Shine your heart forward as you squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your hips, look up. And exhale, cat. Tuck and round, tuck your chin, tuck your hips. Lift your back toward the ceiling, spread across your shoulder blades. And let's flow with that a few breath to movements. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One last time, inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Gorgeous. Inhale back to a neutral spine. We're gonna do the other side for that side plank. So I'm gonna shift myself around so you can see my face, but you can stay right where you are. Walk your right hand now in toward the center of the mat. Shift your weight more into the right leg. Wrap your outer right hip in. So squeeze that right buttock and then use that strength plus engaging your abs to extend your left leg out to the back of the mat and keep your foot down on the mat here. This looks great. And now we'll open to that side plank. So start to open up your hips, rotating your left foot. So the arch of the foot faces the ground. Lift your left arm up, or maybe it's on your hip. So again, squeezing through the bottom butt, the right buttock, the one that's on the ground. That's gonna help give you stability, as is pressing down through the right hand evenly. This looks great, you guys. And then maybe extend your left arm out up and over, creating that one long, beautiful long energy line. This looks great, you guys. Getting a nice little open side body stretch on the left. And then inhale, bring your arm back up if it was out in front. Exhale, come down, tabletop. Walk the right hand out, back in line underneath the shoulder. And then inhale, bird dog on the other side. Lift your left leg and your right hand. Cinch your abs up and in. Flex through your left lifted foot. As you flex that foot, notice how your quad and your hamstring and your glute on the left are all engaged. Inhale as you grow even longer. And exhale, come back down, tabletop. And then just take a second, maybe you do a few more cat-cows to even out your spine, or you could go side to side. Just give yourself a moment to do something that helps you feel grounded and even. You go around. Beautiful. Now find stillness in your tabletop. Look down at your hands quickly. Make sure that your pointer finger, index finger is parallel to the long edges of the mat. Or maybe you even rotate your hands out a tiny bit, especially if you have tight shoulders. That's going to protect your wrists. Press down through the ball mat of the pointer finger and the thumb. Tuck your toes and come up to downward facing dog. Use your abs and your legs to lift your hips up to the sky. Come underneath. This is our first down dog, so pedal your feet out to warm up the backs of your legs. Bend one knee as you straighten the other. Press down through your hands as you send the energy upward through your arms. Rotate your armpits toward one another. Send your chest towards your thighs and send your tailbone away up through the sky toward the back ceiling corner behind you. And then find stillness in your down dog. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. This is more about long spines than straight legs. And inhale, come to the balls of your feet up to your tippy toes. Exhale, ragdoll step. Taking one giant step forward, maybe two, maybe three. Get to the top of your mat. Again, bend your knees as much as you need to. You can even rest your torso on your thighs. Option to grab onto opposite elbows. And maybe you sway gently side to side here. You nod your head yes and no. Letting gravity assist this pose in lengthening your vertebrae and spine. And then find stillness if you are rocking back and forth. Drop your hands down to the mat. Ground down evenly through your feet and start to roll your body up to a standing position. Tuck your pelvis under as you go. Roll up vertebrae by vertebrae. Your head will be the last thing to arrive. And roll your shoulders back and down, up to standing. Gorgeous. Good morning. I'm going to turn, so you're facing the top of your mat. I'm going to turn just so you can see my face. You can choose here, we're going to go through a little bit of Sun A with a twist in it. You can choose if you want your feet hips width for a little more stability, or bring your big toes to touch and squeeze your thighs together. Your choice. Either way, lift your toes up off the mat and feel now how you're pressing down evenly through all four corners, if you will, of your feet. Beautiful job. Maintain that sensation in your feet. Drop your toes back down to the mat. And as you ground down through your feet, lift up through your legs, squeezing your thighs together. A little tuck in your pelvis, a little lift through your navel. Grow long through your spine. And now inhale, bring your fingertips up above you to look up, mountain pose. Maybe you look up as your palms face toward one another. Beautiful job. Now grab onto your left wrist with your right hand. And inhale as you grow tall, even longer. Exhale, side bend to the right. Ground down through your feet as you come up and over. Just getting into that side body once again from a standing position now. This looks great, you guys. Inhale, back up, mountain pose. And grab onto the opposite wrist. And as you exhale, side bend to the left, other side. Remember to square your shoulders off and feel how that makes the stretch be all about the side body. Gorgeous. Inhale, mountain pose. Now maintaining these same legs, we're gonna exhale, do a micro back bend. So as you exhale, bring your elbows out to like a cactus to the sides as you lift your chest up toward the ceiling. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Just a tiny little back bend. Just to open your chest, open your heart. Inhale, mountain pose. Once again, raise your fingertips up. And exhale, forward fold. Hinge at your hips, dive forward, let your heart lead the way. Maybe your hands are in prayer as you come down. And inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Hang out here, place your hands on your shins or maybe your thighs. Your goal is to parallel your torso to the mat. Send your shoulder blades back and down towards your tailbone. Again, knit your abs in towards your spine. Inhale, grow even longer from your crown to your tailbone. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, mountain pose, root down as you rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful job. We're gonna flow through a little sun A with some lunges. I'm gonna start over here, I think, so you can just see my face as we go. And flow along. Inhale, mountain pose, rise up. Exhale, forward fold, bowing forward, letting your heart lead the way, full of joy. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Beautiful. Exhale, plant your palms, step your right foot back of the knee, drop your back knee down to the ground. Tuck your back toe. And now we're gonna come up into a low crescent pose. So rise up. And maybe before you put your hands up, the tendency is to dump into your lower spine like so. You really want to elongate through the spine. So come back up, have a little tuck in your tailbone, lift through your belly, and you should be feeling a little stretch in your psoas on the right. If you're not feeling a thing and you've done the tuck lift, then maybe you walk your front foot forward just a little smidge. Again, making sure that you're not leaning. We're looking for a stretch while we stay up. Press the weight into the front heel. I'll give you good stability. Cinch your abs in, this looks great, you guys. And then maybe you inhale, lift your arms up, facing forward. Nice big inhale here, go taller. Exhale, micro back bend. Again, bend your cactus, your elbows out to the side. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, look up. Very tiny move. Beautiful. Inhale, back, arms back up. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your palms on either side of your foot. Lift your back knee, curl your back toes. We're gonna plank pose. Just left foot back. Option to come to your knees, but either way, fire up those abs, send them up towards your spine. Rotate your inner thighs up and in. Flex through your heels and shoot energy out the back of them toward the back of the room. Staying here, or go into side plank once again. Shift your weight into your left hand. Roll your feet toward the sides to the mat. Shine your heart out to the right and come up into side plank. Beautiful job. This looks great. Again, we did this just a moment ago. You could drop the left knee down. Same idea. Now your top arm could either be up in the air, or maybe your palm faces down and it extends out once again. Beautiful strength, beautiful expressions, everyone. One more inhale here. Lift your top arm up if it went out and extended. And exhale, come back to plank. Maybe you drop to your knees. Inhale, come forward slightly. Exhale, come halfway down. And then inhale, upward facing dog. Drag your palms back as you shine your heart forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your thighs up off the ground. Press into your feet. Exhale, downward facing dog. Flip your feet. Lift your hips. Beautiful job, everyone. Inhale your left leg high. Three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge. Step it through. Beautiful. Inhale, low crescent. We were just here. And now, just as we did before, you're going to take your left hand, grab onto the right wrist from this crescent pose. Inhale, grow tall through your spine. Exhale, allow for a slight side bend to the left. So you should feel that just gentle opening through your right side body. Looks good, everybody. And inhale, come back up to crescent pose. Exhale, low lunge. Plant your palms, frame your front foot with your hands. Lift back knee up. And then step your back foot forward. Step foot forward, fold. Again, your knees as much as you need to. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold once again. Inhale, mountain pose, root. Rise high, lift your fingertips up toward the sky. And exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful job, everybody. Let's do the other side, even ourselves out. I suppose I should come to this end. All right, inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, step your left foot back this time. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, low crescent on the other side. You can leave your back toes tucked under for a little toe stretch or untuck them. That might feel a little more comfortable. You decide. Either way, you're looking for a stretch through the left psoas now. So again, find the tuck in your tailbone, lift through your belly, squeeze your abs in towards your spine. If you're still not feeling that stretch, again, maybe you walk the right foot this time forward. Just creep it and see. Find maintaining that nice long spine. Beautiful job. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, micro back bend, cactus your arms out, elbows out to the side, look up. Inhale, low crescent, raise your arms. Exhale, low lunge, plant your palms. Now lift the back knee and step back into a plank pose. Again, knees are great. Regular plank is great. You feel out what you want today. We're gonna go into side plank on the other side. So start to shift your weight into your right hand. Roll your heels toward the right. Shine your heart out. Lift your left arm up. Gorgeous. And again, if you want to drop the right leg down, that's perfectly beautiful choice. Or keep it up, cinching those abs in. Use your right hip, squeezing that buttock and squeezing the right abs to lift your left hips up higher to the sky. Beautiful. And maybe you rotate your palm down and extend that top arm out in front. So strong, everyone. One more inhale, lift your arm up. Exhale, come back to plank. Maybe the knees come down now. Inhale, come slightly forward. Exhale, lower halfway down. Keep your elbows in as you lower. And then inhale, upward facing dog. Straighten your arms, spin your shoulder blades down your back. Lift your thighs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Lift it up. Exhale, low lunge. Step your leg through. Drop your back knee down once again. Inhale, low crescent pose. And now grab on to your left wrist with your right hand. Inhale as you come up, grow long through your spine. Exhale, come slightly over to the right. Press down through your front heel and down through your back knee and your foot to give you that stability. Squeeze your thighs together even though they're technically apart. Inhale, come back up, low crescent. Exhale, low lunge, plant your palms, lift the back knee up, and then step forward, forward fold. Beautiful job, everybody. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. And inhale, mountain pose, rise up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful job. Now we're gonna open our hips up through the inside now. I will go back to this side. You can choose, we're gonna go through down dog to get into it. If you don't wanna be on your hands as much, you can also step back and rise up because we're gonna end up like this. But we're gonna go through our flow. So you can decide how much of this you wanna do and stay on or off your hands. So inhale, mountain pose, fingertips high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Now here's your choice. Exhale, plant your palms, step it back to plank or straight to downward facing dog. If you're going to plank, then come forward. Exhale, halfway down. And then inhale, roll forward, find upward facing dog. Inhale. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful job. Inhale, right leg high from down dog, everybody. Exhale, low lunge, step it through. I guess I'm facing the wrong way. Fan your back foot out, 45 degrees. Bend through your front knee. Press the weight into your front heel. And inhale, warrior two. Press down through your feet. Use your abs and legs to lift you up. I'm gonna shift myself so you can see my face. There we go. So you're looking for your knee to be aligned over your ankle in the front. Rotate your front thigh out so that knee trends in line with the second and third toe. As you stamp your weight into the back outer knife edge of the back foot, just feel a nice opening through your inner groin. And then open your heart out up by extending your fingertips out to the side. Gaze over your right fingertips. Beautiful job. You found warrior two. And come back to your breath. Come back to you, come back to center. Inhale, sink down just a little bit lower. Exhale, extended side angle. Start to reach out in front of you as far as you can go, tilting your pelvis forward. And then when you can go no further, tick-tock your arms down to 6 to 12. Right arm comes down to inner right thigh. Left arm comes up. Shine your heart out. Yes, that looks gorgeous. Use that right arm pressing into that right thigh to really open up through the right side. You're still pressing into the back, outer edge of the back foot for that stability. Gorgeous. And now inhale, reverse triangle. Press down through your feet, rise up, straighten your front knee as you go, and then swap your arms. Your right arm is now up, your left arm is back. Maybe the bottom arm is resting along your thigh. Maybe you want a little more today, and you wrap it around and find a half bind. So now it's grabbing onto the front hip. Press the weight into the ball of your front foot now. Allow for a little micro bend in your front knee, just a micro bend. Beautiful job. Inhale here. Exhale, back to warrior two, bend that front knee. Gorgeous. Inhale here. And then exhale, you can choose, or actually, no, let's do this. Inhale, star pose. Rise your arms up, face forward now with your toes out, heels in. You might want to walk in, a step or two. I'm going for a surf on my rug today. There we go. So now we're going to come down into a horse or a goddess pose. So toes out, heels in. Inhale as you bring your arms up. And then exhale, come down, bend your knees, sink down low like you're sitting in a chair. Send your knees out away from each other. Align your shoulders back over your hips. The tendency is to fall forward. So use your abs to lift you up. As you press your weight into your heels, that will fire up your hamstrings. Keep rotating both thighs out now. Yes, this looks great. And now let's flow with this up and down, a little breath to movement. Inhale as you rise up, straighten your legs. Exhale, sink on down, plie, horse pose, goddess pose, whatever you identify with today. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, straighten back up. And exhale, down. One last time, inhale, up, star pose. And now as you exhale, you're going to do warrior two to the other side. So now face with your left foot back. Spin your right foot all the way around so it's at that 45 degree. Left leg comes so that the knee's in line with the front of the long edges of your mat. Maybe you widen your stance a little bit, bend through your front knee. Find your nice strong warrior two base on this side. Extend your arms out. Gorgeous. Gaze over your left fingertips now. Again, looking for that strong base. Look down and see if your front knee is in line with the second and third toe. If not, really flex through that hamstring in the front and imagine rolling that thigh out. Beautiful job. Inhale, sink just a smidge lower. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach out to the left in front of you as far as you can go. And then send your left arm down, right arm up, chest out. This looks beautiful. You guys got it. Now an opportunity to open through the left inner thigh and maybe along the right side body as well. Come back to that breath, to the focus of stretching here. And then press down with both feet. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten your front leg, swap your arms. Again, if you took the bind on the other side, your right arm might wrap around, find its way to somewhere on the front, on this left side body, the front side body, if that makes sense. Again, micro bend the front knee, send the weight into the ball of the front foot now. Inhale here. Exhale, warrior two, bend your front knee once again, look over to the left. Beautiful job. Inhale. And then exhale, plant your palms, low lunge, spin your back foot, and then option to go vinyasa again or step back to facing dog. You can step like this, down dog, or you can step back to plank and go through your vinyasa, come halfway down, elbows in. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gorgeous, nice choices, everyone. Inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful. And inhale, rise on up, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Beautiful job. Now we're gonna play with a little, we're gonna extend from this stuff into half moon. So you may, if you have a block, you may want one for this. We'll do, let's see, we're gonna do the right side first. So I'm gonna keep it over on this side. If you have two blocks, put one on each side because we're just gonna switch around. You don't need one, I'll show you with both ways. But as we are starting, we're starting over here. For me, you're starting at the top of your mat. You're gonna inhale, mountain pose. Wait, I wanna be here. Exhale, forward fold. I'll get it together, guys, I'm sorry. Inhale, halfway, lift, flat back. Beautiful, exhale, step your right foot back. Come up, warrior two. Now your left knee's forward. I did want it on this side. So we got that warrior two, beautiful. And inhale, straighten your leg. May want to step just a little bit more in. We're gonna go into triangle first. It's a little more of a severe angle, so a little closer stance does tend to make that easier. So your knee in the front, your left knee is facing toward the front of your mat. The back leg is 45 degrees in. And then shine your heart back out to the wide edge of your mat. Extend your arms out. Yes, you got it. Inhale here, look over your left fingertips. And exhale, extend, reach out, keeping your front leg straight until you can go no further. And then tick-tock your arms down. So the right arm's gonna come down, maybe on your shin, maybe a thigh, maybe that block. Into triangle pose. So your weight is in the ball of your front foot, the outer knife edge of your back foot, micro bend in your front knee. This looks great. Right arm is up high. I'm just feeling an extended stretch into the legs and hips here. You can stay right here and enjoy this triangle pose, or you can move on to a little balance pose with a half moon. If you're gonna move on to half moon, bring your top arm down to your hip for a moment. Look down at your front foot, your left foot. Slightly bend through your left knee. Shift more of all of the weight into this left foot, this front foot. And start for the one you have. For a little, even use a chair. And start to lift up onto that front foot. Flex this lifted foot, the right foot now that's in the air. And then maybe your hand's on the block, maybe it's on the ground. It just looks a little different. Woo! Wrap the outer left hip in. Squeeze your standing leg buttock. That's gonna help give you that leverage to lift. So now we're in Ardha Chandrasana, and then maybe you lift the top arm back up into the air. Yes, I see it, it's gorgeous. And if you don't need the hand support, you can also let the lower hand just kind of hang there. It's a lot more cinching your abs in. Whoop, and maybe you fall out of it like I just did, that's okay too. When you're ready to come back, we're gonna step back into triangle. Again, looking down at your bottom hand. Start to shift backwards, letting the right foot come down, and then rise up. Gorgeous job, everybody. Bring your legs facing toward, or we'll shake it out. And then we'll go through, you can choose if you want to go through vinyasa to get to the other side, or straight to down dog. So if you're going through vinyasa, or we'll inhale here, exhale, plant your palms, step down dog or step back to plank, and then through a vinyasa if you want. Inhale, upward facing, exhale, downward facing. Beautiful job. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, step it through. Spin the back foot out, 45 degrees. Press down through both feet, windmill up, warrior two. Beautiful job. Inhale, straighten that front leg. Maybe you step your stance in just a little bit. We're going into that triangle first. So back foot's 45 degrees-ish. Front foot is facing toward the front of the mat. Roll that front thigh out. Press down through the outer edge of the back foot. Raise your arms out. Inhale here. Exhale, extend out in front of you as you tilt your hips forward, and then come down and find your hand position. And start to shine your heart out, continuing to press through the ball of the front foot, the outer edge of the back foot. Micro bend in your front knee. Yes, this looks amazing, everyone. Nice little Trikonasana triangle pose on the other side. And now we're gonna play with balance if you choose. We'll go into half moon on the other side. Start to look down, bring your top hand down to your hip, look down at your front foot, start to bend through your front knee as you shift all the weight into that front foot, the right foot now. Maybe the block comes in front of you. And then you step up, lift the back leg, flex the lifted back foot, open your heart back out, just as you were in triangle. Notice, if you will, maybe one side feels more stable today than the other. Happens. And then maybe find your half moon on this side. Thought this would be a fun one since our moon is almost half full. And when you've had enough, you can gently step back to your triangle and lift up. Whew. I'm working up a sweat. I don't know about you guys, but it is happening. Great job. Shake it out. Step your feet together. Step your feet together. Move any blocks or props out of the way. We're going to do a quick balance pose, a tree pose today. So feet can be hips width or toes together, your choice. But either way, shift all the weight into your left leg. Wrap this outer left hip in. Flex through that glute, flex through the thigh. Lift your right heel up off the ground. Maybe you hang out here today for your tree pose. Or perhaps you lift the right leg up further and foot finds its way to maybe your shin. Maybe you come all the way up and you tuck it in your upper inner thigh. Try not to put your foot right on your knee joint. It's a little stressful for the knee joint. And then when you found your foot position, it helps to kind of just wedge it into that thigh too so it doesn't slide, but find your spot and then send your right knee out a little to the side. And then choose where you want your hands. Maybe they stay at prayer. Maybe you grow your tree and you lift your arms out. It could be in any wild configuration you want, you choose. Pro tip on balance is to focus on something not at all moving, something inanimate that will not ever shift. Keep your gaze there and not down in front of you, out in front of you. Beautiful, beautiful focus, everyone. And when you've had enough, when you're ready, gently come back down to center. Yes, and shake it out. Whatever happened on that side is over. Onto a brand new moment, brand new side. So finding your center balance. This time shift all of your weight over to the right. Wrap this hip in, fire up this glute, this thigh, lift your left heel up off the ground. And decide if you're hanging out here or if you're moving upward, maybe a foot on a shin, maybe you grab onto that left foot and tuck it into your thigh. Find out what works for you on this side. Find your object to focus your gaze, your drishti on. Choose where you want your hands. And maybe you put your hands back into that mudra you chose at the front of class. Again, if you pick your pointer finger, it's wisdom, knowledge, middle finger, patience, ring finger, health and longevity. Pinky finger is all about communication. Keep stamping down through your standing leg. Keep wrapping your outer right hip in. Beautiful focus. One more nice big breath in here. And then exhale, come back down. You did it. Shake those legs out, shake it all out. Beautiful job. I'm gonna do a little chair twist, and then we'll head down to stretch our hips, come back to the floor, and stretch ourselves out a little bit more. So we're gonna start with a little chair pose. You can again keep your feet separated, but we're going to squeeze our thighs together. I personally find it more stable to keep toes together for this. So either hips width apart for feet or toes together, and then inhale, chair pose, sit down as though you're sitting into a chair, bend your knees, shift your hips back, send the weight into your heels, squeeze your thighs together, zipper them up like they're one strong unit, like you're a dolphin and you have a tail now. And then look down at your feet. You should be able, so you can feel that you're shifting the weight into your heels, because you could even lift your toes up off the ground and still be very stable. As you squeeze through your glutes, squeeze through your thighs, find that mini tuck in your pelvis, little lift in your belly, and then raise your chest up, lift your arms up, rotate your armpits toward one another to grow even longer through your spine. Inhale here, exhale, stand up, thigh break. Beautiful job. We're gonna take that into a little twist. So now you got the base. We're gonna twist from our belly. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center, down to prayer. Keep sinking lower in your chair as you tilt your torso forward, and inhale, grow even longer through your spine. Exhale, twist from your belly to the right. And then hook that left elbow, the bottom elbow, either on the inner left thigh or maybe on the outer right thigh. Sink even lower into your chair, shift the weight even more into your heels. Knit your abs in towards your spine. Keep twisting from your belly center. And maybe you want to fly and open your arms up as you sink down lower. One more breath here. You guys are doing great. Exhale, forward fold, straighten your legs, shake them out. Inhale, curl on up, back to standing. Let's do the other side. Inhale, chair pose, sink on down. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, shift forward as you tilt your torso, hips back, torso forward. Exhale, twist to the left. And then you find that magic spot for your lower elbow, your right elbow this time. Inner right thigh, outer left thigh. Keep squeezing, zippering your legs together. Keep that weight in your heels. Keep sinking lower in your chair. Beautiful, this looks amazing, you guys. Maybe you fly your arms open. If you did it on the other side. A few more breaths here. And exhale, forward fold, you did it. Shake your legs out. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise on up, mountain pose. Beautiful, exhale, hands to heart center. And we're gonna come down into some half pigeon, really stretch into the hips. If that is not suitable for your body, I will show you an alternative. But we are gonna get there either from vinyasa or down dog, so you choose your pathway. to come to downward dog. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms, either step back to plank or straight to down dog. Plank for the vinyasa. Come slightly forward, bend your elbows as you exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing, shine your heart forward. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful, we're all meeting in down dog. Inhale, right leg high, three-legged dog. Bend your right knee, open your hips up to the right side. Just allow for a little opening through that front hip body. Gorgeous. Exhale, half pigeon. Bend your right knee, carve up your belly towards your spine as you bring that right leg through and drop it down in front of you. Drop the back knee down, untuck your back toes, and then find your pigeon. So this can be very intense. Options, so many options. You could bring a pillow and you could stick it under. Let me get back into the pigeon. And if you know how to do it and you're comfortable in it, you're welcome to come on down when you're ready and get a nice rest. You could shove a pillow if you're really lifted under this right thigh. And if that feels a little good, a little bit better, you can flex through the front bent knee. If that helps there be less pressure in the knee and you're feeling it. You're looking for this back leg. Take a peek at the back leg. Make sure it's not flying off to one side or the other. You want it kind of in line with the hip. And then shift your hips as even as they want to go today. And then maybe you walk down. Maybe you come to your forearms today. Maybe you're able to rest all the way down. And see what feels good for you. If none of this is working, no biggie. There's a million ways to stretch the outer hip. I like lying down figure 4. If you're gonna do that one, this one's nice and easy. Cross your right ankle over your left, lying on your back. And then maybe you stay right here, sending your right knee away from your face. Or you grab onto your left leg with your right arms and pull your knees towards your chest as you press down with your tailbone. 2 ways to do the same exact hip opening move. And then come back to your breath wherever you are. That focus place. That beautiful, intelligent life force, the pranayama, so the yogis say, so intelligent, it knows exactly where to go. So use it. Use your inhales to send that releasing, relaxing, oxygen-rich blood into those tight spots that you're feeling. One more breath here. And then as you make your way slowly, press back up with your hands, lift your chest up first, and then make your way to a downward facing dog. So maybe, unless you're lying on your back, if you're lying on your back, just hang out on your back. If you're doing pigeon, you press up, go to downward facing dog. Maybe lift that right leg up into the air and shake it all around. Get the blood flow back in. And when you're ready, come to the downward facing dog. If you're going into figure 4, lying on your back, swap sides. So now bring your right foot down to the mat, cross your left ankle onto your right knee, and then draw your knees in towards your chest. Everyone else, lift your left leg up. Bend your left knee, open up your hips for just a moment as you press evenly down with your hands. And then as you exhale, carve your abs up towards your spine, draw your left knee in and drop it down through in front. Untuck your back toes, drop your back knee down. And then look back to see where your right foot is in line. Find your sweet spot in the front so that your hips are a bit even. And then when you're ready, as you're ready, maybe you walk your hands down. This is one of those moments where a lot of us notice very distinctly that we might be a little uneven from one side to another. I know I am. Just something to notice, to acknowledge. Maybe that tighter side gets a little more stretch next time. When you're hanging out watching TV, give it a little extra stretchy stretch. Do that figure 4. One more big breath in here. And then torso up. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and then come find your downward facing dog. Maybe you lift through and lift that left leg up in the air. Shake it all around. When you have all your blood flowing through both your legs and you're ready, come on down, make your way to hands and knees, and then onto a seated position. So if you're doing figure 4 and we're lying down, you are good news. You're already in the right, perfect spot. So you are sitting and you're coming from the downward dog sitting, roll your spine down. Your way onto your back, and then everybody hug both knees into your chest. Make a little ball and give those knees a little squeeze, and take a second to give your back a little massage. Maybe you make little circles with your low spine, something feel good to even it out. Make sure you go both directions if you're making circles. And come back to stillness. Inhale here. Exhale, drop your knees gently over to the left. Maybe you bring your both hands out like the letter T as you drop them down to guide you. Little supine twist. Perhaps you extend this right arm out behind you. Maybe you even look back behind you to the right. Yes, looks great, you guys. The last few minutes of our practice here, start to shift your breath, shift your focus to that place of relax, of release. Maybe start to deepen your inhales and your exhales. And let's do the other side. So bring your arms out like the letter T and engage your abs. Or gently guide your legs up. Do something to protect your lower spine. Come back to center, realign your spine. And then as you exhale, shift your legs over to the right. Maybe you look back behind you, left arm out behind you. Maybe you look left, maybe not. Again, go into that relax, release, unwind mode. Few more breaths here. And then gently press down with your hands. Use your abs to guide you back up to center. Bring both knees into your chest. Hug them in. Give yourself a big hug, a big squeeze. Thank yourself for coming to yoga today, for doing something just for you. And then squeeze everything, your fingers, your toes, your ears, your eyes, your nose. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, release, find your resting pose, your Savasana. Extend your legs out long. Extend your arms out, down by your sides. Take up a lot of space here. Maybe your hands come out to the sides a little bit. What will allow your shoulders to really drop down, rest down into the mat. And let's take one last big collective belly breath together. Nice big inhale. Open your mouth, sigh it out. And close your eyes. Allow any thoughts that come in to just drift by. Take a few minutes here resting in beautiful Shavasana. And now, my friends, it is the top of the hour. You are welcome to stay here and rest as long as you have time, as long as you desire. If it is time for you to move on to the next part of your day, start to bring your awareness back to the space. And start to gradually increase your inhales and your exhales. Maybe you wiggle into your fingers and your toes, awakening back into your marvelous, wonderful body. And in the most gentle way, slightly bend your knees and then roll to your side of choice. Pause here for a moment. Take a breath or two, feeling the weight of your body on the mat, the support of the mat back into your body, representing that support that comes from your yoga practice, and the support, the eternal grounding and ever-present support of the earth below. And then again, taking all the time you need in the most gentle way, press yourself up to a comfortable seat. Option to keep your eyes closed. And remembering that you have the ability to come back to the sensations you get from your yoga practice simply by coming back to your breath, to taking that pause. Maybe it's just one inhale and exhale. Maybe you come into that mudra that you need, that you want. You always have the ability to reach in and connect, even if it's just for a second. So I invite you to play with that opportunity throughout the rest of your weekend, throughout the rest of your week. And with that, my friends, the teacher in me honors, thanks, and appreciates the teacher in you. I hope you have a blessed and beautiful day. Namaste. Thank you, thank you, thank you.